Here is a picture of project management from, say, 1999 to 2009 in some very big companies, So, typically, as a project manager, you might have a laptop. Let's say you've got a laptop. Yes, you would have. And on that laptop is Microsoft Project. And this is where you do your planning on your project desktop. And you do all your planning there, and then when you're happy with your tasks, etc., you might copy and paste some of the screen images over to Excel to do some reporting from. But certainly your actuals might take 6 weeks to obtain actuals. So I mean, you've got to report next week on the actuals that you spent this week, right? So the customers don't change, they've still got the expectations. So you ended up, I did, estimating the actuals with, and I knew the resources that were working for me and the kind of times they were putting in, and they'd tell me anyway. I'd walk up to people and, talk to people, and so I could do the estimating, but the actual data came 6 weeks later. And then when I got the actuals, I'd update them later in the Excel formulas, and it would keep the customer happy. But moving forward to today, that's not acceptable. We need our data now, right? We want to be able to, as project managers, we want to be able to change something in project and it updates automatically, auto-magically, in Power BI, or whatever your reporting tool is, whatever your landscape is, it doesn't matter. The intention is the same. We want data, we want light touch, we want things to happen, So what this is let's say that you're a startup company, maybe one project manager or a few project managers, maybe you're in a software company, maybe wedding planners, maybe it could be anything. You could be putting playgrounds in, it doesn't matter. The whole broad spectrum, So I'm from a software implementation, ERP type of background, and it's always frustrated me that with the project, always frustrated me, believe me, frustrated me about project desktop, not being able to get the data out, double entry into PowerPoint. I don't want to do that. I want the data to come out, and I want it to go straight into Power BI. So recently, this is I've got time off 2021 with the things going on, I've dedicated myself to write a bespoke application, which is called in a programming language called VSTO, Visual Server for something, and it sits in Project and Microsoft Project, and whenever you open any project, a screen comes up and it presents you with the data, and all you got to do is save that data into a directory. Power BI will read the directory and hit refresh, one button in Power BI, and you've got your reports updated, and then you can do all your drills. So all you need to do is install and activate the VSTO application so that it works in the project app. You can disable the add-in. It's called an add-in. Link to my other videos. You'll see more detail about the VSTO. I've told you about the project when it's opened. Save the data, read the data straight into Power BI, and then examine your data from all angles. Summarize it, drill down into detail, and then present it to your project boards from Power BI, or as an insert, or simply give your customers a dedicated page on SharePoint to read your Power BI. I guess that's I'm assuming that you've just got, as a boutique startup, you haven't got many facilities. This is just you, but you want to do better than the bigger companies. So this will help you do that. You'll end up with project reporting, like I've said, but also project auditing. So so for example, tasks in your project plan that you've not resourced yet. Well, out pops a list, and you can see, for example, those tasks that you better get on with, especially in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Over 3 months, 6 months, not too worried about. You do need, you've probably lined up resources, but if your project's going on for some time, so for example, in certain industries, which will, in the nuclear industry, which I have worked in, the project plans for 125 years to decommission a power station, so you're not going to have your resources lined up then. Here's the Power BI view on actuals, and I've kept it small because I don't want you concentrating on it. Okay, just believe me. That here's a slicer, they're called. You can look by date range, and it'll look at data for a date range. Because I'm from a commercial background, I want to know what actuals have been invoiced already against an invoice number. Here's our resources on our project. It's multi-project, by the way, only one project's listed there. And here's our cumulative graph. So this is month by month work, and it's an odd profile, but that's, who knows? It could be anything. And here we've got, the thing works in hours at the moment. So just to keep it simple, you can do stuff with the data in, if you want to apply some rules to, you can summarize the data, do whatever you want with the data, but it comes in as hours. So on this project we've booked 42 hours very early on, and we've got 776 hours in total. Just for here's the actuals line coming down here. I've just booked, obviously it's a bit daft, you can't book actuals out in June, but just to show you, so we've only got 1 hour from Jamie Vardy. Actually, we've got a resource called Jamie Vardy. Coincidentally, our other resources are Noddy Holder and Robert Nero. If you quit catch on. Anyway, so it's the VSTO add-in. It's free. It helps you become, the world's project managers working on their own. Masses of people that working just as on their own, or in a boutique, just a few of you. Let's help the small companies, all right? This is free. You get data that's immediate, in quote, immediate. Well, okay, effortless. It is immediate if you do it straight away, right? So helpful project audits, like I've already said. Less percent of the total project time is project management time. That means you can take more projects on, right? That means you can be lighter touch. This is what we need in our agile environments. So in this video there's a download link in the video description, and just click download from that link and read the terms and conditions. As soon as you download, the terms and conditions apply. I can't emphasize that enough. Okay, so that's this video done.